Dear My Diary, Sally, November 25th, 2019. Today is the first day writing to you, Sally. I am so glad my dad brought you to me. First, let me introduce myself to you. I'm Haejin, a young girl attending 5th grade of Namsa Elementary School. I live with maternal grandfather, grandmother, dad, mom, and younger sister named Haewon. An extended family is quite common in this village. My home is located in the middle of Namsa-Yeodamchon, our village, because my dad is the community leader who listens to concerns and facilitates communication between villagers. He was voted to be the leader because of his charming smile and passion for farming, according to my mom, and I am so proud of him. Namsa-Yeodamchon is a small village in the southern part of Korea with approximately 100 households. Family houses known as hanok cluster tightly together along narrow alleys, sharing a wall or shallow pond for washing clothes and for watering vegetables. House walls are mostly built of mud and rock, following Korean traditional architectural methods. The pillars, doors, windows, and even floors are made from the tree pulp. We also have the special heating system called ondol. A layer of stone is laid down below the flooring, and when heated, the heat spreads up into every room of the house, keeping both the floor and the air surprisingly warm in winter. Our village is trying to follow the wisdom of our ancestors by building traditional houses and passing down architectural skills to future generations. I also learned about hanok and more at the school and from my parents. Sally, I'm really sad these days because few of my closest friends are leaving the village and moving to Seoul, which is the capital of Korea. I feel like more and more neighbors are studying and finding job opportunities in Seoul. To be honest, I've always imagined myself moving outside of Namsa-Yeodamchon because I heard about delicious restaurants and aesthetic clothing shops in the city. But since my dad is in charge of the village, I guess no. I'm definitely going to miss my friends. It's depressing how the student population in Namsa Elementary School is constantly decreasing. My school now has 25 students, with only 2 teachers. From grade 1 to 6, Mrs. Kim teaches, and from middle school to high school, Mr. Cho instructs. Mrs. Kim is the nicest person you will ever meet. She teaches us how to catch insects, hold breath in the river, and ride horses. My favorite class is farming. I love watching my tomato babies growing since it gives me a sense of responsibility and achievement. However, as more students are saying goodbyes, I am not sure what will happen to the school. Some adults even say that the school will close down, but I hope this is just a rumor. Even though I was pretty depressed about the fact that my close friends were moving, I had to move on because today was extra busy for me. Yes, it was time for making kimchi. If someone asked me what is famous in our village, without hesitation I would say kimchi. Namsa-Yeodamchon kimchi is well known for its strong taste and crispy texture. In order to produce such good quality kimchi, villagers, including my family, had to sacrifice time, money, and effort. Everything from planting cabbage, radish, and other vegetables needed for kimchi to harvesting those products require patience and meticulous work. Yesterday, my dad informed the whole village to gather in the town center for kimjang, which is a ritual where kimchi is collectively made in bulk and then shared. Kimjang takes around 1 week to prepare. Today, my day started earlier at 5:30 a.m. I had to help neighbors carry various ingredients to the town center. We started by wearing comfortable clothes and gloves. Then we washed approximately 500 cabbages. Can you believe it? 500. My mom and other aunties cut the cabbages in half, washed, and put them into the big container for salting. There were 10 big tubs filled with cabbages. Next, we had to wait until those cabbages lost their crispness for 4 hours. Meanwhile, I helped to prepare sok, which is the seasoning of kimchi. I chopped spring onions and mustard leaves, cut radishes into thin rectangular shapes, and then washed peppers. Under the instruction of my dad, we began to pour all those ingredients into a gigantic tub. It was an enormous tub that could fit 3 to 4 children in. We mixed all the ingredients together with salt, sugar, spicy pepper paste, and ginger using a huge shovel. It was a fun experience for me. Every village has its own recipe of sok, and every region is a little different. I think our village uses some pears and alcohol in the sauce. I stood over huge tubs, took a cabbage in my hands, and then carefully began coating it with sok. Not too much, but definitely not too little.
Here are some photos from Kim Jong.
My grandmother helped me to peel back the layers carefully, stuff a lot in the core, and then coat outward of the cabbage, using the most outward leaf to wrap it all in. We then put cabbages in the Tupperware bins where Mom sprinkled them with salt. We were then divided up into 10 different teams, and each team had to complete 50 cabbages. One by one, we took time to fill the cabbage with seasoning. After filling the cabbage, we had to roll it nicely and put it in the big container for later fermentation. This process basically took the whole day. I was surprised and amazed by how some of the aunties skipped lunch and concentrated only on making kimchi. For me, I took a quick 30 minutes break to go back home and eat rice cake. By 6 p.m., we were done. We were exhausted but also content that these kimchi would feed us for a year. My dad stood up and said, "Thank you everyone for your hard work. Let's now enjoy the dinner." It was like a tradition in the village to celebrate the end of kimjang by having a potluck party. My mom prepared bulgogi, which is a marinated slices of beef, while Mrs. Lee from the next door made japchae, a dish of glass noodles and vegetables. Every dish was so mouth-watering that I ate 3 bowls of rice. Each household then took 5 to 6 kimchis back home. While I was walking back home with my family, I had respect for all of the adults. They worked so hard for this moment. From the time they started to plant seeds on the ground till now, they poured affection into those plants, went to the farms every single day, and worked under the scorching sun and fierce winds. I felt like I should be grateful for the things I consumed and not waste my food. Also, I was happy to be part of this village and contribute to the meaningful activity kimjang.